In this life, you need to learn to not just love yourself, but to love others. But I feel like a lot of us don't truly love ourselves, and you can't truly love others without first loving yourself. Now, just being able to truly love yourself unconditionally is so deep, and it takes so much time and effort. And loving yourself doesn't mean just, doing what's best for you. It's actually putting in the work to better yourself, putting yourselves in positions that you want yourself to be in, no matter how hard it is. And once you guys truly start doing that, life becomes so much more intimate and it gives so much meaning to things. Now, a lot of us can say that we love ourselves. I mean, who doesn't want to admit that they don't love themselves? But if you truly love yourself, then you'll stop you'll stop feeding into negative thoughts and your bad habits. You'll start putting time and effort into things that you've always wanted, your desires and your dreams. You'll start putting action into those, and you'll start taking action out of the things that don't support those goals or dreams. Now, me for sure, I can say, I love playing video games and I love scrolling on TikTok. But when stuff like that gets in the way of me actually wanting to do my goals, like for example, if I was just spending 2 hours scrolling on TikTok when I could be here making a YouTube video and stuff, that is me not loving myself enough to stop doing those actions and to actually put my time and effort into things that I actually truly care about. Me myself, I still do those things. I'm not telling you guys to stop doing these stuff, but when I do it, I'm doing it in a time and place when that is necessary, when I can freely do those things. And that's truly the essence of loving yourself, putting in the time and the work into things that you truly care about. Now, that's just like one example, but loving yourself is so much more deeper than that. Loving yourself also means forgiving yourself. When you fall into your bad habits, when you do things that you regret, it's being able to forgive yourself through it all. Me, I personally struggled with forgiving myself with a lot of things, but but holding on to that resentment, not being able to forgive yourselves, that is only holding you back. Because once you've forgiven yourself for that action, you can start living your life fully. You stop walking around heavy-hearted. There's nothing dragging you down once you've forgiven yourself. Not being able to forgive yourselves will hold you back so much. You'll start thinking you're not worthy of certain opportunities and you'll start cutting yourself short. So loving yourself is being able to forgive yourselves for certain things. Now, I'm not saying to, completely forget all the bad stuff that you've done, but I am saying to acknowledge what's happened and understand that you're trying to be better, and you just holding yourself back, you not forgiving yourself for certain things, that is a form of not loving yourself, and that will not help your growth at all. Now, once you start forgiving yourself, once you start putting in time and effort into the things that you care about, and you cut off the negative things in your life, the bad habits in your life, you'll start changing as a person, and you'll start loving yourself even more for it. Because once you do hop on the road of loving yourself, once you do start walking through that path, your love for yourself only grows even more and more. And once you truly love yourself, that's when you can truly start loving others. You can start treating people the way that you want to be treated, the way that you truly want to be treated. Because when you don't love yourself, how do you expect yourself to treat other people the same way you want to be treated? If I'm over here pouring into my bad habits, if I'm over here just doing a lot of negative things, how is that going to impact the way that I talk to people and I approach people? Because we all understand how we want to be treated as people, and we understand what makes us happy. So once you start truly realizing what makes you happy, you can start sharing that type of happiness to other people. You can start giving your love to other people. And that love you're going to be giving to people, it won't be half-hearted. It's going to be true love, because the way that you love yourself fully, how you put your all into bettering yourself and to loving yourself, that's how you're going to start loving other people. The forgiveness that you have for yourself, you're going to start showing that to other people. You wanting to pursue your passions, you're going to start wanting other people to pursue their passions. You are just going to be able to build other people up the same way that you built yourself up by loving yourself. And that's why it's so important for you guys to truly start loving yourself, putting in the time and the care and the action into bettering yourself and to loving yourself even more. There is nothing more that I love more than loving other people. My love for other people at times, is more than the love that I have for myself. And that's only because I love myself so much. I see myself in other people through my love. I want to treat people as best as I can, the same way I want to treat myself as best as I can. And that often leads me to, doing too much, I guess, at times. But that's just the type of love that I want to be treated back. That's the type of love that I want to receive back. And if I'm no, not if I'm receiving, if I am giving that love out to people, that makes me feel so good. And seeing the way that people receive and accept my love, that makes me love myself even more. And honestly, I didn't truly start loving myself really until about this year, last year. I didn't truly start loving myself until then. Of course, I liked myself, I thought of myself highly. I truly cared about myself, but I didn't care about myself enough to stop my bad habits. I didn't care about myself enough to go out of my comfort zone and do things that I normally wouldn't do, but things that I've always wanted to do. And that's what loving yourself is. Giving yourself opportunities for trial, error, forgiving yourself, and just, you guys know what I mean. And that's why I say it's so important for you guys to love yourself. Because when you start loving yourself, you can start loving others. And when you start loving others, life, bro, everything just comes together, bro. Everything actually truly comes together. Friendship, creativity, new experiences, going to new places. It all comes from love, and it all will come from love. You just need to learn to love yourself first. Now, for you guys who are wondering, how can I start loving myself? I just want you guys to write down 10 things that you're really passionate about. And out of those 10 things, I just want you to pick 3 of those things, literally 3 of those things. And, start making goals and start doing action. Start putting in action that will help you to continue growing those passions that you have. For example, if you guys are an artist, if you guys like drawing, just start doodling. Literally, just start doing little doodles. If you always wanted to start making music, literally, just write down some lyrics. If you like comedy, start telling jokes to your siblings and test them out. If you like acting, start, doing plays with your little siblings. Just play with your little cousins, do stuff like that. If you love sports, just spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day, just training, just practicing. Small stuff like that. Those will slowly build you up and slowly grow your passion more and more. And the more time you start investing in your passions, the more time you spend doing things that you truly want to do, things that you truly love, you will grow more and more love for not only that passion, but for yourself too. Now, look, this is a bit off topic, but I just had to say this. When you guys start, progressing in your passions and stuff that you truly care about, and you start becoming better and better at it, you start realizing things about yourself too, which is why I think our passions are one of the most beautiful things about us. They are us in a way. And it all really starts from loving yourself enough to be able to pursue those passions. And this also goes hand in hand with loving people, because once you start loving people, those people that you love can start loving you and start putting you in positions that can further your passions, or you guys can start coming together and building your passions up together. It's really just stuff like that that all stems from loving yourself and loving other people, just love in general. And I think a lot of us are not, I wouldn't say blind to it, but we don't put in the action to start loving ourselves and loving other people. And I feel like if you guys start doing that as early as possible, then you'll start seeing big changes in your life. And I feel like if people start acknowledging this and actually putting in the time and care every single day to truly love themselves and to love other people, then your well-being, like everything, like you're just living in general, will be so much better and so much easier. Well, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my yapping. If you guys made it this far, I truly do really appreciate you guys. And I'd appreciate you guys even more if, liked, comment, subscribe. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, I truly hope you guys have a great day. And I truly love you guys, bro. I truly do. And I hope you guys love yourself too. Actually, that's what I want you guys, bro. Say right now, I love myself. Say that right now. Say it right now. Say I love myself. Make sure you guys drink some water and continue loving yourself, bro. God bless. You guys are amazing.